Hello students, this is your computer teacher and today we are going to start with a new chapter which is Review Python. So without wasting much of your time, let's get straight to it. First of all, these are the topics that we are going to study today in today's lecture. What is Python? Features of Python language, different working modes. So let's get started. So actually Python is a general purpose third generation programming language. Third generation means high level programming language. Now various trending applications that we use nowadays like YouTube, Google, Dropbox, Instagram, Quora, BitTorrent, all these applications use Python programming. As we have studied HTML programming just prior to this chapter, HTML was web-based programming language. We used to create web applications or websites using HTML. This is a software-based or a desktop-based programming language. In this, we create desktop applications. So we will learn how to use it in the lectures to come. Next is that what are the various features that makes this Python very useful. Why these trending companies like YouTube, Google or Dropbox are using Python? The reason is it is simple and interactive, very platform independent, which means we can use it on Windows, we can use it on Linux, we can use it on Android, we can use it on iOS, Mac, everywhere. So which makes it widely acceptable. Third thing is it is case sensitive. Now the HTML that we studied earlier was not case sensitive. The tags and the attributes that we used to write in it could be in either uppercase or in lowercase. It doesn't make a difference, but now it will make a difference here in Python. Fourth is object oriented, which means each and everything in this language will be taken as an object. If I talk about a function, what it will do, or whatever things that we do in Python or in this programming language will be taken as object doing something. So it is object based programming language, or we call it object oriented programming language. It also is known as OOPS programming language, which stand out to be object oriented programming language. The last is it uses variables without declaration. Most of the programming languages prior to the Python that we used to study, they had that compulsion that to use a variable in the program you have to first declare it. Without declaration of a function or a variable you cannot use the same thing in your program. But Python eliminates this compulsion, which makes it much more easier. As the first point suggests, simple and interactive. There is no need for variable to be declared first and then used. We can directly use the variable as and when we require. I know you're listening these words or these sentences the first time, but as and when we move forward and we'll start with the programming, we'll get to know what I'm trying to say. So let me just give you an overview of what kind of modes are present in Python. There are basically two modes. First one is interactive mode and the second one is script mode. In the interactive mode, we type the instruction statement by statement. That means it executes the statements one by one. But in the script mode, we type a complete program and it displays the result at the end once we run it. So basically if we have very smaller programs, then we can use the interactive mode because it will display us the results one by one statement by the other statement. But if we have a bigger program, then we have to use the script mode. Now let me show you live how we can use these modes on Python. I know Python is a software that you might not be having, so I'll also be giving you a tutorial later after this lecture that how we can install Python, and I'll also share a link for the same software with you in the next class as and when it is required. So let's go to the live screen and show you how to do it. Now on the live screen, I'll go to start and all programs. You can find this program IDLE Python, the version name 3.8 in my case, 32-bit version. So this is the thing. The IDLE here stands for Integrated Development Environment. Now this is a software that we will use. I'll click on it to open it. So this is the window that will open up once we open the Python shell. I'll make it full screen. Now this, by default, we have our interactive mode on. By default, when we open up the IDLE Python shell, we have the interactive mode on. If I zoom in the top, you can see the three greater than symbols are there. So we will type here, let us suppose we want to print something. I'll type print, start the brackets, start with the inverted comma. As you all know, the text comes in inverted comma. I'll write hello students, inverted commas close and bracket close. And once I press enter key, you can see it displays the result right as it is. As simple as that. So as I told you, in interactive mode, the work is done line by line. The program is run line by line. So when we have very small programs or we want to just test out the commands, we can use interactive mode. But if we want to move on to the script mode, where we have to type the program all at once and it will display the result at the end when we run it, we'll go to this file button or the file menu and we'll select new file. Now you can see this will open up a new window, which is the script mode. Now here in the script mode, we have to type in each and everything and then we have to save it and then run it. Now let's just do this. Let us suppose a equals to 5, b equals to 10, c equals to a into b. As you all know, this star symbol or asterisk symbol in computers is known for multiplication. And when I go down, I'll say print, I'll use the bracket, I'll say the value of c after multiplying a and b is, I close this and then I use comma and type c. Let me show you how it is done. It will take a and put 5 in a. It will put 10 in the variable b, and then in the variable c it will multiply these two things. The answer should be 5 into 10, and whatever the answer after multiplication will come, well, in this case it will be 50. It will be inserted into the c variable. And then when we are printing this, as we all know, we have seen it here, you can see it in the background, we use the print statement to print anything on the screen. Here the text will be written in the single quote, or you can also write it in the double quotes as well. Within the brackets, print the value of c after multiplying b. You can write anything here. I have written this, and the variable that I need to print, I have to give it after the comma. So I wanted to print the value of c. So whatever the value of c will be there after the calculation, it will be displayed in this place. So let me just also give the space here. So I have to save it first, file, and I'll go to save. Now it will open up the save as dialog box and it will help us to save the file. Let me just zoom out. So I'll save it in the documents. I'll make a new folder here with Python files in it. I'll open this up and I'll give the name first, or let us say script mode. I'll click on save, and you see it is saved. Now I'll go to run and run module. The shortcut key is F5. Now you see it will give us the value of C after multiplying A and B is the 50. As simple as that. So there are two modes. Interactive mode will execute the statements one by one, whereas the script mode, we will type in all the statements together at once and it will run also at once. You can see if I zoom in, there it is. There you go. This output is shown here on the screen. So this is it in today's lecture. I'll provide you with the link and the steps for installation of this Python shell. Thank you very much. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to me. Until the next time, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.